Imagine the vast Pacific Ocean as a highway of ancient mariners, where Raiatea, often called the Sacred Island or Hawaii in ancient times, stood as the spiritual and cultural epicenter within the Polynesian Triangle, bounded by Hawaii to the north, New Zealand, Aotearoa, to the southwest, and Easter Island, Rapa Nui, to the southeast. This lush island in French Polynesia, home to the Taputapuatea Marae complex, wasn't just a local temple but a revered convergence point where chiefs, priests, and navigators from distant archipelagos gathered for ceremonies, alliances, and likely the exchange of knowledge and goods dating back to around 1000 AD. Archaeological and ethnographic evidence reveals Taputapuatea as the heart of eastern Polynesia's religious landscape, dedicated to the god Oro, where rituals intersected the living world with ancestors and deities, fostering political bonds through the Tia Wawatia alliance that spanned islands like the Cooks, Australes, and even echoes in Hawaii and New Zealand. These gatherings weren't ad hoc. They drew voyagers from Hawaii, Kapukapuakea, New Zealand, Taputapuatea Marae Namaseke, and potentially Easter Island via broader networks, as Polynesians navigated using stars, bird migrations, ocean swells, and seasonal winds. While direct trade details are sparse, Polynesian economies emphasized sacred exchanges over commerce. Voyaging networks facilitated the movement of obsidian tools, feathers for chiefly regalia, foodstuffs like taro and breadfruit, and even ideas, as seen in shared lapita pottery styles and crop domestication across the region. Raiatea was occupied by local Maohi communities, not a neutral, uninhabited rock. But its sacred status made it a common ground where no single group dominated, though conflicts, like a 1763 Bora Bora raid, occasionally disrupted this harmony. Arrivals waited at a reef islet before formal welcome through the Te Avamoa Pass, underscoring structured, reverent protocols. Seasonally, these voyages aligned with favorable weather windows to minimize risks from cyclones and leverage winds. Observational science from traditions and climate models indicates November to March, austral summer, as prime for southward journeys, like from Hawaii to Aotearoa, guided by migrating birds like the quaka godwit and Hararoa cuckoo, or whale paths, when trade winds reverse to westerlies during El Niño phases, boosting success probabilities for canoes sailing up to 2,000 miles. Logical probabilities backed by wind pattern simulations suggest such windows occurred every few years, enabling round trips with 70–80% survival rates based on reconstructed canoe performance. Extending networks eastward, genetic and botanical evidence, peer-reviewed in journals like Nature, points to Polynesian contact with South America's Pacific coast around 1200 AD, predating Columbus. DNA from modern Polynesians shows admixture with indigenous groups from Colombia or Ecuador, likely via the Marquesas or Easter Island, introducing the sweet potato, kumara, to Polynesia, a crop traced linguistically and genetically across the ocean. This interaction, possibly bidirectional, hints at Raiatea's networks rippling to American shores, with Easter Island's later admixture around 1380 AD, suggesting phased exchanges. This hub of ingenuity highlights how Polynesians, through empirical navigation and cultural ties, wove a web across 10 million square miles, prompting us to ask, what modern lessons in resilience and connectivity might we draw from these ancient seafarers?